Last week I did a video showing all of the new sets that would be coming out, and lo and behold, about 48 hours later, all of the official images were leaked. So I'm going to go through them all again with the official images and things that we may not have known or seen the first time, starting with 76435, which is the Great Hall. Now, we already knew there would be grey rooftops, continuing the theme that they were going for this year, but what you can't see immediately from the images of the amount of characters we're getting is that you can timestamp this set to the Philosopher's Stone as you get a new and I would say upgraded version of the troll from the dungeon. And it also looks as though you're going to get Professor Quirrell in this set as well. And one of those things that didn't come in last week's video was the Advent Calendar, which is 76438. And yes, whilst it is well over 200 days until Christmas, the Advent Calendars every year release on September the 1st. So the official images have dropped. And the one noticeable thing about this particular set not only is the fact that you get the two portraits that you're getting in sets at the moment, but the most interesting thing is the fact that it can be combined with set number 76435, which is the Great Hall that we've just shown, and you can sort of see that from the images. You've got Dumbledore in his red robes, and he certainly looks like the Philosopher's Stone Dumbledore, and lots of other little knickknacks in there, including the tables and benches. Whilst the Advent Calendar boxes always look pretty good, and as a standalone set they are pretty good for a casual fan, I do think that this is a fantastic ploy from Lego to be able to have this set intertwine with the Great Hall. I'm sure it will be reflected in the sales of both sets. Next up is the 76440 Beauxbaton Courage and the Durmstrad ship, and this will come in at $140. And we got a Beauxbaton Courage back in 2019, so that might make this set a little bit more pricey for people who just want that Durmstrad ship, which we haven't of course seen since the original Goblet of Fire sets in 2005. I think the ship looks absolutely fantastic, but I do think because we've had a Beauxbaton Carriage so recently, this set might be a little bit too pricey for the average fan. Next up is the 76433 Buildable Mandrake, and this is 579 pieces, and I did say last week that I thought this would take the shape similar to the Super Mario Piranha plant, and as you can see from these images, it looks as though they can be lifted from the pot, just as you see in the movie. This set will cost $60 US, and the next $60 set is the 76427 Buildable Buckbeak. And I did say that I thought this set would look a little bit more like the Patronus Stag, but I think the one thing that is clear from these images is that it is quite difficult to replicate feathers on this size animal. Continuing the theme of building Diagon Alley is 76439. It's Ollivanders and Madame Mulkins, and this is 744 pieces at $100 US or £90 here in the UK. This is a set that I will definitely be grabbing, having just built Weasley's Wizarding Wheezes. And I will get round to putting it on the channel at some point, I promise. Next up is 76431, which is the Potions class, and this resembles somewhat like the book of the Potions class when we got the 6 books a couple of years ago. And one thing I wasn't sure about was whether we were going to get a Professor Snape or a Professor Slughorn, and the question has been answered here with a Professor Snape who looks pretty good, I will say. I do like him with his scowling expression. I also like the fact that we're also going to get Seamus Finnegan with his exploded and powdered covered face. And finally, the only sub $20 or £20 set in the lineup at 76434, and it's Aragog's Forbidden Forest, and it does resemble somewhat like the 75930 Aragog's Lair. The colour of the spider is about the only thing that is different, as well as the mini build that you get with it. It feels like a bit of a homework copy and paste. So that's it. All of these sets are coming out this summer on June the 1st, with the exception, of course, of the Advent Calendar coming on September the 1st, which is Back to Hogwarts Day. And the D2C set that's releasing on September the 1st is a Burrow, and I've already done a separate video on that, so go and check that out if you haven't already. And there will be more Harry Potter Lego videos on the channel throughout the year, so make sure you're following or subscribed to see those.